No, I'm just waking up from a very slow Thunder week. Whew. But since you guys are here, come on in. Thunder up. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of what I know about the Oklahoma City Thunder, but you do not. I am your host, Tyler, aka Sir Knows a Lot, and we are up to episode 9. Episode 9, with 10 on the horizon, so it's pretty exciting. But exciting is not what you describe the Thunder's week. It was pretty slow. We are in the dog days of the NBA offseason where not a lot happens. Not much going on, just waiting around till training camp starts next month. And also, all of the big news energy got sucked into the blockbuster trade that occurred this week between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. The Celtics traded Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, a draft pick, and a couple other guys, I think, to the Cavaliers for Kyrie-IT. Now, for me, this is two teams swapping, very good superstar-type players that are kind of similar, Irving's better and taller, but Cleveland got Isaiah Thomas, a first-round draft pick, Jay Crowder. So I just see two teams swapping the same pieces, kind of, in my opinion. How does this affect the Thunder? Well, it doesn't at all. They'll play each of them twice, and then if the Thunder make the finals, they'll probably play either the Cavaliers or the Celtics. If they played the Cavaliers with Irving, it'd be tough. If they play them with Thomas, it'd be tough. Same with the Celtics. And you'd probably still prefer to play the Celtics, though, because they don't have LeBron James. So that was the news that dominated headlines this week. As for the Thunder, like I said, for the Thunder, Russell Westbrook, he announced he's releasing a book on fashion. Yeah, no extension yet. His book will drop on September 5th. It'll be $55. It will be a look into his style and fashion and how he uses that as a psychological edge on and off the court. If you guys are interested, I'll link the pre-order page on Amazon down below so you guys can check that out. And also down below will be a link to an article by Royce Young which covers why has Westbrook not signed the extension yet. It's a very good article. I recommend you read it, talking about that, a 5-year, $200 billion offers on the table. He can sign the exact same deal next summer, so there's really no rush to it. He's got until October 16th to sign it for this season. That's still almost 2 months. Westbrook does what he wants. He has a new son, so, I still think he will sign the extension, and I think he'll do it before the regular season starts. So that won't be a distraction. I find it hard to talk sometimes. There will already be a lot of distractions concerning whether Paul George will stay or not. So I don't think Westbrook will add to that. I think he'll sign before that date. So that went on. Adams, Roberson, and Billy Donovan are in New Zealand running some basketball camps for Steven Adams. And if there's any Thunder-related thing I'd like to do, would be to attend a camp by Steven Adams. I think that would be hilarious. His Stache brother, Enes Kanter, could not join him because his passport is still canceled by the Turkish government, so he still cannot leave the United States. But he's been traveling around. He's been in New York City playing pickup basketball with LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, J.R. Smith, Lance Thomas, numerous other players, including one Kevin Durant, which was very surprising to read based on Kanter's comments about Durant and their words they exchanged multiple times during last year's games. But one funny thing I read in an article that Kanter said about playing in those pickup games is that he told the organizer, "I want to be on LeBron's team." So I thought that was pretty funny. And that's pretty much the Thunder week. Just not much occurred, not much went on. And there probably won't be much news over the next few weeks until we get to September 26th and the start of training camp. So that does bring us to this week's Thunder Profile Player of the Week, and that is one of the Thunder's new players, Raymond Felton. Who is Raymond Felton? Well, he's about a 12-year veteran. He grew up in South Carolina, went to high school there, was a 5-star recruit out of high school. And what do 5-star recruits in that neck of the woods, what do they do after high school? Well, they either go to Duke or North Carolina. And in Felton's case, he went to North Carolina. He played there for 3 seasons. In his junior year, he led the Tar Heels to a national championship. The team had Rashawn McCants, I think Sean May, and a number of other players. They won the championship that he declared for the 2005 draft, where he was chosen by the Charlotte Bobcats 5th. He was on the all-rookie second team, I believe, and he played there for about 5 seasons, his longest tenure with any team. And after that, he began an odyssey around the league. He played with the Denver Nuggets, the New York Knicks, the Portland Trailblazers, the New York Knicks again, the Dallas Mavericks, the Los Angeles Clippers, and now the Oklahoma City Thunder. What kind of a player is Raymond Felton? Well, he's a point guard. He's 6'1", 205 pounds, so he's pretty much my size, which I've always liked players in the league that are my size because it gives me hope. Yes, I'm 36. I'm 3 years older than Felton, but you never know. Someone wants to pay a slow-moving, non-jumping guy to stand on the bench and wave a towel. I can do that with the best of them. But I've always liked players that were, not giants. They're about my size. So he's a point guard. He's averaged about 11 points per game in his career, about 5 or 6 assists, which is pretty good. Not the best of shooters, 41% from the floor, 32% from 3, which isn't bad. That's not too bad. One season, there's a stretch of 20 games when he played for the Nuggets that he shot 45%, so maybe he can catch fire like that this year. But he's really built to be a backup point guard. He's, like I said, a veteran presence. Won't turn the ball over much. Just a guy that can keep things steady, and he doesn't back down from anyone or anything. Very hard-nosed, fierce competitor. So what's the outlook for him with the Thunder this year? Well, he will be the Thunder's backup point guard, which is something they desperately and sorely needed because I've talked about this before, a lot of people have talked about it before. Last season, whenever Westbrook was out, the Thunder, 12-point lead, down by 5. So a guy like Felton, like I said, a veteran, if he can come in and just maintain a lead, well, that will be huge, and I think will add to their win total for the season. He'll probably get about 20 minutes per game. If he had been here last year, he probably would have gotten more. But this season, he may even get less than that because they do have Paul George now. So Donovan may stagger George and Westbrook. But I think Felton also gives them options. They can throw him out there as the point with Westbrook and George on the wings. Throw out there Patterson and either Abrines or McDermott. You have a team that can shoot and space the floor. So he's not a superstar or anything, but he's a good, solid backup that will provide some stability to the Thunder's bench, and that's something they really, really need. So I'm excited that a player like that is on the team. So I hope that's Raymond Felton. I hope you learned a little bit more about him this week. Next week, we'll talk about another one of the Thunder's new players, Patrick Patterson. He seems like a very interesting guy. So tune in next week to learn more about him. Well, that's all we have for this episode. I think it was a little bit shorter. Again, kind of a slow news week, talking about Raymond Felton. Go check out Westbrook's new book. Follow these guys on social media. Cantor, Adams, Roberson, Westbrook. You can see how they travel the world and all the things they do, and it's just fun to watch what they do during their summer. So, guys, if you like this, please hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Leave a comment on something you'd like to hear me talk about or answer a question. What do you guys think of Raymond Felton? What do you guys think of that trade between the Celtics and the Cavaliers? Share this with others. I'd love you to share it with everyone you know, especially any Thunder fans. What I would like most of all, if you'd subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. You can hit the bell next to the subscription button, and you'll get notifications when a new video will drop. And that next video will be next week, and it will be to episode 10 during this summer, this off season. So I'll see you guys then. Have a great weekend. Rest up. The season will be here before you know it, and then it'll be time to go. It'll be time to hit it hard, because as you guys know, what do we do? What do we always do? Thunder up.
subscribe,
Like,
comment,